Nerd Reactor, roll out.
What's up, Reactorites? John here, and it's time to check out the Google Stadia. And this is Google's answer to their own version of cloud-based gaming. And what the Google Stadia can do is just allows gamers to be able to play pretty much anywhere they want, thanks to playing on the desktop, being able to play on the laptop, being able to play through the TV and select smartphones. And with the TV, to play on that, you got to get the Chromecast Ultra, which allows you to play 4K gaming in HDR and in 60 frames per second. And I just got to say, I've been having a lot of fun with the Google Stadia, just checking out the graphics. They use their own custom AMD graphics card, and it still looks impressive. And let's see if you're trying to compare this to let's say GeForce RTX 2080, there's going to be a difference. But with this one, it's still impressive with the graphics and with the games that you're playing, especially with games like Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Red Dead Redemption 2. And I really enjoyed, playing Mortal Kombat 11 on this with the fast-paced action. And the biggest concern that a lot of people have is how is the streaming affecting the input lag and maybe the blurry stuff or pixelation and all that. And for me, playing this, once you're really playing it, it's kind of hard to tell. Let's say if you're really studying things, comparing things next to each other, or certain stuff, it's like the input lag, it's maybe a bit delayed, but it wasn't for me a big difference. I'm like, oh man, I can't play this online, or I can't fight this person, because with Mortal Kombat 11 requires you to do a lot of combos. You got to be really quick. And with this, I was still able to input the moves and all that. And you're playing with other people that also have the Stadia, so you're at a pretty much even playing field in terms of input lag. And even with that, Mortal Kombat, it's the movement's still fast, and I was able to do combos and pull them off, and even pull off fatalities with a breeze. So it wasn't really hard to do. And as for, let's say, if there were any pixelation issues, for me with the Chromecast Ultra playing on a TV, it was crystal clear, and I was just in awe of how beautiful the game looks live, playing it streaming while also controlling it. And just seeing the graphics just come to life, especially with Shadow of the Tomb Raider, seeing making Lara Croft move in the jungle, the lush jungle, everything's vibrant, especially in the beginning level when you're playing in the this town in Mexico, seeing the people with the mask and then the lighting and all that. It's just really beautiful, and seeing that, I was just like, this is amazing. This, with the Google's infrastructure, their servers, their network, it just gives you really cool gaming on the go, anywhere on your TV. And with the smartphone, you can play with the Google Pixel 3 and up. And even on the Google Pixel, this graphics, the highest it can go is 1080, but I was still floored away by just how beautiful it looks, and just how colorful it is, especially with the HDR on the phone. So it was really impressive, and it just makes me really appreciate this, the details on the scene, and just the hair, especially with Lara Croft. And then, for example, Destiny, playing Destiny on this, it's there's a lot of huge, fast-paced action. You're shooting up, alien enemies and all that, and there wasn't any sign of pixelations on that end, on my experience, especially if you have a good internet connection, because all of this is going to be on Wi-Fi. Your controllers, the Stadia controller connects through Wi-Fi and all that, so you got to make sure your internet connection is solid. And you can actually check your internet connection with the Stadia, the button right in the middle of the controller. Just press that and go to the connection, see how that is. And excellent means that this is good. You can do 4K, you can do HDR, and 60 frames per second. And that's what I was able to do for the most, I would say pretty much 95 to 99% of my gaming experience on the Chromecast Ultra and on the Pixel, it has been pretty crisp, and so far I've been really pleased, very happy about it. But I have one gripe, and that's trying to play this on the Chrome browser on the desktop. So I'm not sure if it was on my end or if it was on Google's end. And so I checked it at my other buddy's place, who who has the Chrome desktop, and I had the same issue with pixelation and blurriness and just the graphics not being up to par with something like playing it on the Pixel 3 and up and playing on the Chromecast Ultra. And so there's like a huge difference, especially with the graphics and how clear things look, because when you play on the TV with the Chromecast and then with the phone, like the dedicated Stadia app, I'm thinking like the coding for that one, Google was able to perfect that. So when you're playing it, everything looks crisp and clear, and the resolution is great. The colors are great. But when you're playing on a desktop, I guess on the browser, it's not optimized yet. So that might be like an issue, but hopefully they fix that soon. So far my experience with the Google Stadia has been really wonderful, and I've been like obsessed with it. Just playing it anywhere, just appreciating the graphics, playing it at other people's places, and any place with like a good Wi-Fi connection. And it's just cool to kind of show off, like, hey, look, I can play this, and then you can continue where you left off. Let's say it's kind of like the Nintendo Switch, where you can take it on the go, play it anywhere you want, and still continue your game. But here it's like you don't need to download anything; it's just all streaming. As for whether you should get the other consoles or get the Stadia, it's like the Stadia is not trying to make things like, oh, this is like such a cheaper alternative that you can do, especially since in 2020 you'll be able to play, pretty much buy the games and play it. You can play it for free without like a console. You just got to have the device for that, and you just got to purchase the game, and then you'll be able to play up to 1080. But if you get the subscription, which is like around $10 a month, you get to play up to 4K in HDR and 60 frames per second. And also, whatever for the month, you get like a free game. I'm not sure like each month you get a free game, but for sure, like they mentioned that on November now, the free game for November is Destiny 2 and Samurai Showdown. So if I were to look at that, the pattern, so I'm guessing this is going to be kind of like a PlayStation Plus subscription type deal, where each month there's going to be a free game. But we'll find out once Google Stadia has more news about that. Right now, day one, there's 22 games, and they're going to have more games in the future. So they're planning to expand things, and they're going to have games like Cyberpunk 2077. So it's going to be cool to have this where you're able to play anywhere. And I think it would be great for like single player games, because you can just continue where you left off, wherever you want to go. I've been doing that with Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And then with games like multiplayer game, like if there's crossplay, I want to see how that works with crossplay, because right now I've been playing Modern Warfare on the PlayStation 4, and so you're able to like crossplay with PC players, you're able to crossplay with Xbox One players. So I want to see if Stadia is going to do that and how it's going to be affected, and so that's going to be interesting to see how that works. But yeah, overall, I'm enjoying the Google Stadia, just being able to play anywhere I want on the TV, 4K, HDR, 60 frames per second, looking really crisp, and like overall 95 to like 99%, the picture quality has been great. And the surround sound too, there's also 5.1 surround sound, and with the phone using the Google Pixel, that looks really beautiful too, especially with the colors and the graphics. It still looks crisp, and just being able to play it anywhere you want, it's a lot of fun. But I think all of this is going to come down to your internet connection, your Wi-Fi connection, if it's going to be stable or not. Because if it's not, you're going to have a terrible time. The graphics are going to look really crappy. But if you have a solid internet connection, especially with the recommended requirements for this, you'll be pleased with what the Google Stadia has to offer. And if they do the subscription where each month you get a free game, I think it's gonna be worth it, especially with how PlayStation does their stuff with the free games. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Google Stadia. Let me know if you're interested in checking out the Google Stadia on the comments below, and also don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And I also have a Discord link. You can check that out. It's a Nerd Reactor Discord. I will be there. Other people will be there, just talking about nerdy stuff like movies, TV shows, gaming, etc. So yeah, with that said, I'm John, and I'll see you guys next time.